Hello, hi all. We are getting all ready, and I'm going to start you off with a little more music while we get some technical things underway. Enjoy.
If I'm going with you, I know we'll get to the other side. Sinking in, I know this feels right. Catching a breeze, love moving through me like a wildfire, like a wildfire. Hey, never the same. Never you calling my name, I'm taking my sweet time. Hey, whatever the plan, I know I'm holding the best of me out of my hand. I know you always understand. Bring me into golden sunlight. If I'm going with you, I know we'll get to the other side. Sinking in, I know this feels right. Catching a breeze, love moving through me like a wildfire, like a wildfire. Bring me into golden sunlight. If I'm going with you, I know we'll get to the other side.
Okay, how's everybody doing tonight? It looks like I have both of my sisters in crime tonight. Some of us were AWOL on the 4th. No excuses. Can you introduce yourselves? Cassie, would you like to say, because you were missing, you were AWOL,
Oh, yes. Hi there, everyone, this evening. Thanks for stopping by.
and
This is
you're
Cassie. I'm the middle child and middle sister.
indeed. And I think Casey is otherwise occupied for the moment with family, but I do have one child that refuses to go to sleep. So we're going to see how long we can go. We have some good topics to discuss. It looks like I cannot see the chat again. So I don't know. Can you see the YouTube chat? I don't know where it is. I don't know. Oh, let me see. No.
All right.
I don't know where to find it actually
Well, that chat
either.
is
New
not the
layout.
same.
That's it. Let me see. See, that looks like
Oh,
if
yeah, that's what.
someone Huh?
Oh, I was just noticing it said to comment on YouTube. I didn't get on
Where?
YouTube
What?
either.
Where does it say?
When I was trying to comment with you,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I'm
Mhm.
not on my YouTube, so I couldn't do it. So I have to do that too.
Well, again,
I think, no.
I don't know. This is uh, maybe this is the chat. I don't know. This doesn't seem like this is YouTube. It doesn't look like YouTube, but it has my YouTube handle, so maybe it is. I'm a
Yeah.
silly. I'm an old.
Yeah.
Can you see it in YouTube?
Yeah, I can see. Well, no, because I didn't go on YouTube. I just saw it
Oh,
on our little thing, and then I was like, oh, yeah, I want to comment, but then it made me go to YouTube. So I didn't do that yet.
okay. You can't comment on StreamYard. If you're logged into StreamYard, you should be able to.
No, I can on that, but okay, whatever. I don't know because I don't know what everything is.
Okay.
I don't see a live. This is Casey, by the way.
Oh,
And
hi,
Hi,
Casey.
Casey.
hi,
It's so good to see you.
everyone.
It's very good to see you tonight.
Good to see you too.
I don't remember how I did it now.
What?
How did it connect? It was trying to.
It says that we're live on both
Okay.
platforms. It says we're on Facebook. It says we're on YouTube, and we will not violate any copyright infringements because
Correct.
I have it. I had the fair use. I have the fair use disclaimer that says this stream may contain copyrighted material from YouTube. The material is used under the provisions of Fair Use Section 107 of the U.S. Copyright.
You see, we're live.
Huh?
I do see we're live on
Oh,
YouTube.
great. That's wonderful.
Woohoo!
Okay, we did it. Can everyone, if anybody's out there on YouTube, can you just throw a comment so we can see if it works? That would be awesome. Facebook, I don't know. Maybe Facebook comes up on here. I don't know about that. Oh, there's somebody. Awesome. Hi. That's wonderful. Okay. Let's get into it. Do you guys want to get into it? Let's get some music to get us going because it's a little scary. It's a little scarier. Let's see. Let's see what we can find here. Hold on. Hold one moment. Hold one moment. A little bit scarier. So we're gonna get into the groove here. Okay, I don't know what they're saying, but it sounds a little bit weird. All right, if you would like, let's see if we could share the screen with a little presentation. We talked about the Golden State Killer. We discussed his terror last time on the 4th of July. His terror wasn't on the 4th of July, but we were discussing it in our after party. And Cassie missed it. And we will definitely hold you accountable for that. You will definitely have to get more airtime tonight.
Okay, sorry.
I'm just kidding.
I'm so sorry.
You were sleeping.
I was practicing in the mirror.
Oh. And we have a video of that, so it'll be very
Yeah,
nice to share that.
that's our entertainment for this
That's
evening.
It'll be a little lightness in this serious conversation about a really evil, really sick person.
Yes, because that's what you're supposed to do to avoid trauma is have some humor and some levity here and there.
interesting. I can't adjust mic settings. I'm looking to see if I can adjust mic settings. Let's see. It says edit mic settings. I'm just going to reduce your background noise, Cassie and Casey.
Oh, mine's loud.
No, I was
Oh,
just adjusting it. Like it says you can adjust the background noise
okay.
in case there was. And I didn't even do it for myself. Let me see. Edit mic settings. Reduce.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
so now we've all reduced it. Okay. If we want to, we can just put up, let me see, I'm on slide 1. Let's see what we have here tonight. Tonight, we are going to discuss the Golden State Killer's reign of terror. Looks like 1974 to 1986. That was when his reign of terror occurred. However, he wasn't apprehended until 2018 when he was arrested. And the last time we talked about I made a little slideshow, but I didn't find a picture of my favorite detective.
You're right, good.
My favorite detective, Paul Holes. So I'll have to look and see if I can find him. Let me see. So, but in the meantime, if anyone has a picture of him, that would be awesome. Casey, are those comments showing on YouTube? Is that something else? Casey? I don't hear her. We lost her, I think. Oh no.
Yeah, I don't know where she is.
That's okay. We lost her. That's okay. She will find her way
Oh,
back.
no.
What? Okay, why is
Can you hear?
Yeah, I can hear you.
We can hear you.
Mm-hmm.
Why is this doing that?
Okay, so let's discuss. Here we have the Reign of Terror from 1974. I just went ahead and put you on mute if you're having technical difficulties, Cassie. Let me know by the raise of your hand. I'm just kidding. Raise your hand if you would like to be unmuted. Oh, I'm just kidding. But I was trying to, let me see. I don't think you can raise your hand, but it's, something we do at work in our other platforms. Okay, let me see. The next one. So 1974. That was a lot of years ago. Let's try the next. Oh, here he is. Okay. It was in our home state, which is scary, wasn't it? Was it scary during those times?
Yeah, very.
I can't answer because.
No, you're unmuted.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just heard.
Yes, it was super scary. Very changed our whole existence. It started a whole new
Really?
way of life.
Yes, when you didn't lock your doors, you didn't worry about those things. You stayed out all night playing hide and seek with the neighborhood kids. Then your dad buys a gun and worried that, a pew pew. So it like sort of took away our innocence.
Yes, definitely.
Our sense of security.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it truly did. It made us a little paranoid.
Yeah. It's interesting because as a little kid, I I didn't really realize, why, but I noticed like certain neighbors had like bars on their windows and different things. And then when I would bring that up to our mom and dad, they would say, "Oh, that's because of the East Area
They didn't try
rapists."
and hide it.
No,
Right.
they were very open with it because it was disturbing. It was so traumatic. And some of the footage that when you look into this, they show the news actually went around to neighborhoods and everything, and interviewed people, local community women, especially because he was terrorizing families in neighborhoods by stalking and assaulting SA, and all those horrible things were happening, and he wasn't being caught. And so that's enough to really scare a family, scare a community. It's horrible. It was horrible. um, and you guys talk about when, because you were in your heydays, as they say, you were in your prime, your young adulthood, um, and you remember clearly just how difficult and how scary it was, how things changed for everyone, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Does
I
anyone
slept
have,
in the hallway
you slept in
because
the
I wouldn't sleep
hallway?
with any windows near me. So I would sleep
Oh.
on the floor in the hallway with a blanket and a pillow.
So
Yep.
did our parents, sit everyone down and say, like, we need to start taking precautions? This is what's happening in our community, and we need to be safe? Or what do you remember the communication was?
Well, I don't remember really, I don't recall a formal um thing, but I remember we had then we went around and had deadbolts on every door and every window, and eventually dad bought a gun. I mean, it was like a 357 Magnum. It was like a big thing
Okay,
because we
so we're
never
not
had.
saying, we have to remember that
Oh
we
yeah,
can't.
pew pew. Sorry.
Or you can say like a weapon.
He got a 357 Magnum. I guess
Okay.
everyone knows what that is.
And he was very safe about it,
Yes,
right? He
very
used all
safe.
of the protection, all of the precautions as far as securing the item, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But
Securing the circumference.
I do remember. I do remember. I was actually slipping into my childhood when I had speech impediment.
What?
I was slipping in right then because I said, "Oh,"
Oh,
um,
cute.
just like a little kid. Um, so I do remember the locks, the deadbolts being applied. Is that something that you remember talking to our parents about, or um,
I
did you?
remember hearing or getting deadbolts on all the doors and windows. And I want to say Todd's the one who told me, but I don't really recall exactly.
Oh, the brother, the
Yes,
the
our brother.
eldest.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said his
Yeah,
name.
that's okay. Um, so you have an older brother, and we have an older brother, and our brother told you, which he seems to be the one to tell the spill the beans, spill the tea about
Yeah,
the
he
real
was
close
letting it all. Yeah, he
one.
was. No one, mom and dad weren't really talking like so.
Seriously?
Yeah, it wasn't a. I think they didn't want to scare us, but
Yeah, I think that you're correct. That seems to be their MO anyway.
yeah,
As
yes,
far as like addressing stuff, it was like talking amongst them, and then we're getting this.
yes.
We're doing this, you know.
Yeah, that's pretty much the way it was for the
Should
most part.
we should we so that was very interesting. Do you remember anything at school in
Oh
high
yeah,
Um,
well, I was married at the time and I had 2 little kids, and I remember all of my friends, like, we had just basically, I don't even know if I guess I had already graduated from high school, but not very many years. And everyone was speculating if it could be somebody that we went to school with, because, it was happening in our neighborhoods.
Yeah.
And the description that the illustrations that they were showing, it could have been anyone that we went to school with, because they differed a little bit, but that was interesting, because you're like, why are we thinking it could be someone we know?
Yeah, you
But
were thinking it was like a heartthrob in school. A
or
heartthrob. A ladies guy.
or just somebody maybe that was
What?
like maybe somebody that was a little. You're just trying to rack your brain,
Yeah,
like
who
could
amongst us is
right?
guilty of this
Yeah.
horrific thing?
Now, let me see if I can pull up this map really quick.
Yeah, you can't access these
If I
photos.
can. Oh no. Let me see if it will let me.
There is. Okay.
Un momento. I'm going to put him off the stage for this picture. Because as you can tell, this on the screen right now that we have up there, this, the left side is Joseph DeAngelo, who is him over here as well. But this is Joseph DeAngelo in his police officer uniform from when he was working in Exeter, California as a police officer. And then over here to the right, stage right, no, I'm just kidding. This fella is the same, aged quite a few years. And this is during his arraignment or one of his hearings. I think it's right after his arrest. As you can tell, he looks good in orange. And I believe it was 2018. So I was going to bring up a map, but I don't know if I can actually get it. Because one thing that's very, very interesting about this case and this horrible decade of terror is that it was so close to home for many of the time frame that he was on a rampage. It was too close to home. And our parents, and for me, I was young, so I don't remember, but I just remember that moniker, the East Area Rapist. Now, obviously, it wasn't with the grapes that you eat, but the sexual assault.
Or it was the EAR. It was called the EAR.
Oh yeah, the EAR.
Yeah, EAR.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then also he had another moniker as well, but let's not move ahead of ourselves.
He had quite a few monikers, like probably 8 over the time frame.
So let's see what this next slide has for us. Okay, it's kind of small, but so his real name was Joseph James DeAngelo Jr. And I don't even like to give homage or any kind of publicity to his name, but I will say it just for educational purposes. And it looks like he was born in 1945 on November 8th. He was a former police officer in Exeter and in Auburn, which I didn't realize that he was also a police officer in Auburn, California, which is north, or is it east, I guess? East of Sacramento, east of where we were being raised during that time. And I do have a better timeline later, but I mean, in another slide, I think at least it has more specific dates for when he was doing that. But he was known by multiple aliases, the Visalia Ransacker, where he just was burglarizing, and Visalia, right? Is it Visalia? Mom!
Visalia, yes.
I'm going to channel Mom. Can you tell me how to pronounce that? So Visalia, which is in the Bay-ish area, right? Or in
No, it's near Fresno.
Oh, Fresno.
So it's wet wet or south, not really south of us, I guess, southwest of us, between like it's past San Francisco. So it's like between Sacramento and LA. Fresno.
Okay. So that's Visalia. I don't know why I can't say that very well. And then the East Area grapes in Sacramento area. This is what our main memory, because at that point, when we were afraid and in our family and our community was in terror and horror and scared, they didn't know that this Visalia Ransacker was indeed the same perpetrator. The law enforcement did not know. They had not put it together. All of the monikers, all of the different areas that he was assaulting, not assaulting, but terrorizing those areas, they were not putting it together yet, right? Okay, so does anybody want to read anything? No? Okay.
We were gonna read something up there, you mean?
Yeah, if you wanted to volunteer, because I'm doing all the reading. No, I'm just kidding. I'm hogging your microphone.
Do you want us to read from in the red, or
I can't even read it?
Information.
It's okay. You don't have to.
Maybe I could make it bigger. I don't know.
Okay, I could read it.
No, you don't have to read it.
Did you see my thing?
Let me check your thing.
My email I sent you, both of you. It's a good thing to maybe
is it a
we could use it.
Is it a private chat?
No, it's on your regular emails. Because I don't know how to do anything on here.
Gosh. Oh, Mom emailed us. That's exciting. She emailed us from heaven. Heaven is so high tech.
I didn't get anything from
you. Didn't? Maybe I have the wrong email on here for you.
She has 30. She has 30. Don't say your email's on real life.
No, it's on Outlook though.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then that's fine.
Don't say it.
I didn't say that.
No, she's just it's the same one that I use for both One and Outlook, but I now have only Outlook.
So. Okay.
Oh, it was in Mom's email thing.
Yeah, wrong.
Whatever it was, because I haven't signed into mine yet on here.
Okay. All right. Let's move on to the next one.
Oh, and I was going to also say, how scary it was for me at my house, because my husband was gone all week, and so I would be home alone.
Yes.
And so I had to protect myself because I didn't have bars on my windows or any like serious type of security system or anything. So I had a pew under my pillow during that time, because it was just terrifying to think that how am I going to protect my kids?
Yeah, you go over that scenario.
Yeah.
Tell about what happened. Can she tell the story?
You mean when you were driving home? That would be a
really good when you were driving home.
Oh, okay.
That time.
Yeah. So now this, of course, was in like 83 or 84. And so really he wasn't active. He hadn't been active in our area, as for a while, that we weren't like tracking him or anything. He was either inactive, and come to find out that he had a family, so he probably had to cut back on his
Yeah, he had to
violence.
take the kids to Little League, so he couldn't
Yeah,
use that.
whatever. It's crazy, but my kids were I we had moved to a different location, and I was driving home at like midnight, and I got on the freeway. Is it the freeway or the highway? Anyway, and I pulled over into the right lane to exit the exit on my off ramp to get to my house, and a car passed me on the left, and then slowed down, and then got behind me. And I just noticed, luckily I noticed it because there weren't a lot of people on the road at that hour. And I thought it was kind of weird because, oh, could this person be following me? But so
Yeah.
I formulated a plan because I had no idea where the police station was. It was too far away from, my parents' house to drive all the way back there. I didn't want to go anywhere in case they were, that maybe they could follow me to,
Yeah.
endanger anyone else. So I just formulated a kind of a plan that I knew I could determine whether or not they were following me. And if they were, then I wouldn't go home. And so as I turned left off the freeway to head to my house, they followed me. So I knew that I could, at the last minute, if he was behind me, pull into this lane that ended and went into my neighborhood, and then they wouldn't have been able to follow me. And so that's what I did, and they had to go past and go into a different entrance into my neighborhood if they were following me. Well, sure enough, I get to my house before I could see, if he did turn into my neighborhood. I yelled at my kids to, when we go in the house, don't turn on the light at all because someone was following us, I think. And so to run into the house, I shut the garage. We ran into the house and looked out the window just to see this car drive down. And I lived on a cul-de-sac. And so my kids know they were like 4 or 5 and like 8, 7 or 8. And so anyway, we saw this
So
car.
scary.
Luckily, the garage door shut in time. No lights
Oh,
were
that's
on.
so scary.
And anyway, I didn't even think it could be the EAR, right?
Yeah.
Until years later when he was caught and he lived like 5 minutes from where we lived. Then
Gosh,
we thought,
that's
oh my gosh, that could have been him. So we looked up because I didn't remember what the car looked like, but I asked my kids, they're, in their 40s now. And they
yeah.
said, yeah, we know what we remember. That was the scariest night of our entire lives.
Oh,
So we looked up all
jeez.
the pictures of, the cars that were described by witnesses and victims, and they immediately picked out the car
So
that it was.
scary.
So anyway, that was our possible brush with the EAR in our
So
area.
scary.
But yeah,
Oh
back
my
then we didn't have
God.
911. We didn't have any
Cell
kind of
phones.
cell phones. Yeah, nothing. So yeah, it was a crazy time in our lives.
Yeah, that's one thing
Anyway.
we can be thankful for technology.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
now at least you feel like even if you don't get response really fast, you think you are going to,
Right, right.
and you don't have to go to one of those calling things on the freeway. Like that's what, remember, that was how you
Oh
used to have
yeah,
to
you had to
do it.
pull off and get out of the car, and like you're gonna do
Yes.
that if somebody's following you.
Right? And then there's like um there's those scary, I remember there was a scary movie that it was a woman and she's on stranded on the freeway and it's dark and she's walking to the call box and it's really far. And I just remember that part of the movie because it was so seeming scary.
Yeah, and crazy and illogical. And
Yeah.
yeah,
So
oh
yeah,
my gosh.
so you were in the state of mind of post. I mean, that is kind of, it became more, you became more aware of when you're driving, especially at night, and you look
Yeah.
around you. So we were then, it was like, okay, the trauma happened, and now we're having to take self-defense. I remember they had those in high school. We took
Yeah.
self-defense and
Yeah, they were offering it to the community,
oh yeah,
when
that's right.
right, they any woman who wanted to come to learn self-defense could
Yes.
show up at the community, um, center or wherever they were holding it. They spoke about
Mm-hmm.
that on the news, and then also they had a town hall, that where they, were trying to inform the public about, what to do.
Gosh, yeah, that brings so many memories back of now I'm
Mhm.
remembering like the news and
Mhm.
everyone was like glued to the news. And
Mm.
then that one neighbor, what happened to the daughter, remember?
Oh yeah, yeah, our brother's friend's sister.
Mm-hmm.
She was one of the attacks. Well,
Yeah.
almost attacks. Didn't
Yeah.
he broke into their home, and
Mm-hmm.
the sister was there alone, and luckily he saw that bottle of penicillin on her
Yeah,
nightstand,
penicillin. Yep.
and she quickly, um thought quickly and said, oh, when he asked her, well, what's that for? She said, oh, I have venereal disease, or
Yeah,
VD.
that's right.
And so he left. He didn't attack her.
Yeah, and
So,
remember that one clip that was talking at the expert was analyzing and saying because how the okay, sorry, his MO, his personality psychopathic, that he was excited by the fear, the
yes, yes.
fear that he was instilling. So
Mhm.
that probably, because she wasn't, maybe it didn't seem like that was, I mean, obviously he was afraid to get a sexually transmitted disease. Yeah, we called it VD, remember?
Right,
Oh my
exactly.
gosh, that's what they called it. Yes, so
Fear,
the
yeah, fear, control. Um, yeah, he just tormenting people. Because he
yes, he
would
loved
remember, he
that.
did call, like, his victims after uh he
Oh, I didn't know that.
attacked them. He would call them, and
Oh, he did?
he would like say really creepy things, and they recorded them too, a couple of the
Oh.
victims. And he would say things like, I'm going to come for your sister next, and
Oh, I didn't know
like,
that.
and breathe real heavy. Yeah.
Oh
So
yeah.
Oh, yeah, I kind of do remember hearing that. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
not a lot of that was public public back in the day.
no, no, no,
That,
afterwards, although they did have
or maybe
recordings of it, so they may have, you know, put it on the news. But
oh, that
if
could
you
be.
were
I never saw
watching the
that.
news, we didn't have social media or anything. So
Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
Oh, it
Gosh.
looks like True Crime Quarters is in the house. I'm so happy. You're awesome. His show is great. Or yeah. Uh-huh. Um,
Yay.
Sub up to True Crime Quarters.
Yay. Thanks
Yeah,
for
I
stopping
know.
in.
This is great. Um, we're just, sisters. We're just
Yeah,
sisters who
we're
like to
just
talk.
sisters
And we
hanging
like to
out.
dive deep and chat about it. So thanks for coming. Um, I really like his research and presentations. They're very great. Check out his channel. In fact,
What's the
let's
name
put
of his channel?
True Crime Quarters.
True
So I'm
Crime.
going to go ahead and put a link there. I'm going to find his link real quick. That's awesome. I love
Cool.
finding good YouTube content, and I really appreciate your research. So thanks a lot.
We'll have to
Um,
check it out.
yeah, I'm gonna get the link and put it in there. Casey, if you want to, because you're good like that, real quick. I believe you can put links in the chat where people can click on it and it will take them to their. It'll actually work. So if you want to do that,
okay.
awesome. Um, I'm technologically not savvy, but that's okay. And the little child is not going to sleep yet.
Oh, he's not.
No, big sister is in there trying to help him, but he is being silly.
He doesn't want to participate.
No, he doesn't. I was trying to pull up a map. There's several things I wanted to pull up, but you guys were talking and I missed a lot of what you were talking about. But you lived it. Right? You lived it during that time. You heard the scuttlebutt. You heard all of the rumors and created.
Everyone was afraid all over the whole town.
Yeah, we all had our own personal experiences with, either knowing someone who was, attack victim or.
Oh yeah, Karen. Casey.
Yeah, just be careful not to say names because they don't want to be outed, right? I mean, say names of potential victims or people.
Yeah.
We don't know
yeah.
for sure. But that's the thing. If they didn't get good, back in, like we were talking about previously, we were talking about the lack of 911 and resources that were easily accessible when there was emergencies or when there was a burglar or someone's, stalking you or, it was difficult to. You could make a police report. You could dial 0 to the operator and wait to be connected. We didn't have cell phones. There weren't, and there wasn't even, the connected tools where they would link everybody up, like something such as a 911, which is, I guess they still have to connect everything, but it was less
direct. It wasn't
exactly,
as direct.
Exactly. It wasn't as direct. So, yeah, that was quite frightening.
Mabel had to answer your call.
Mabel on the switchboard operator had to get the local sheriff's department to come out. But I was going to say also, during that time frame in the 70s and 80s, especially, if there was an essay or an attempted essay, the victim would be so shameful. I mean, ashamed, right? And afraid that people wouldn't believe her.
They didn't want to come forward.
Mm-hmm. So the stories that you heard of that one situation could have definitely been. Do you know if that person got reported it, the assault?
Yeah, it was reported. All I remember though, what really was in the final thing I recall, but Casey might remember something more. But at the time, it seemed like they were trying to determine if they thought it was a copycat or the same person, and then I never really heard any more. I guess they just never knew, because it was during that time. So
But it was reported, you think?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure it was totally reported. Definitely, probably.
Definitely, most definitely, for sure, maybe.
I mean, I could have checked the police records, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't. But that was just really close to here.
Does Casey want to share? Yeah, really close to our home where we live.
Yeah, that's where it was. That's when I started sleeping in the hall. I think after that.
Mm-hmm. And how old were you when you started when you began your
Moved to the hall.
being moved to the
Migrated.
hallway because it was very safe in the hall. It's very
Yeah.
safe. It was like a fortress. You probably felt like it was a fortress.
I did, because it was like the window climbing through thing. I mean, that part of his normal
Ever.
operating, yeah, was very frightening to me. So I just thought, okay, this is the safest spot instead of sleeping in mom and dad's room.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
So,
Oh, we just got a heart. Yay. That's very sweet.
aw,
So
so nice.
Casey, are you there? Are
Yeah,
you there?
I'm
Oh, you are.
here.
Okay. Can you tell about
I hear music though. It's very loud.
Oh no. Uh-oh. I don't hear music.
no.
You don't?
No.
Uh-uh.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Do you have your any other windows open?
Okay, yeah, I just shut it.
That
Okay, that
can be a
explains it.
problem.
It fixed it.
We have a learning curve here. But
Yes.
Yeah, see, you did it. You fixed it. You're IT now.
You are now certified to be the IT person. You are a producer, I believe.
So what
would you
was your question?
will you share the story that you heard, or that the report of the essay that happened near about a block or a couple blocks away from our home, our childhood home, in the night? Or was it a female? It was a sexual assault, I believe.
Yes.
Well, yes,
Attempted.
our brother's friend's sister.
Yeah.
Sister's
Yeah,
brother's
we
nephew. I'm just
yeah,
kidding.
yeah. No, we did already talk about that, I think, when you stepped away, but she luckily thought fast, and when he saw the bottle of antibiotics or penicillin on her nightstand, he
He
asked
got
her, well, what's
worried.
that for? And she thought fast and said, oh, well, I have VD, venereal disease. So he left. He didn't want to chance it. So luckily she thought very quick on her feet to
Yeah,
think
that
of
was
that.
a God thing, huh? Probably.
Yeah.
Well,
Just
he stuffed towels under the door, and the whole in the gap. He shoved
Right.
towels in there. I forget the other things, but he was pacing. I remember um the report was that he got in there and he was pacing and saying, don't scream, I will get a knife, I think. And
Was this the report from the neighbor that in?
yeah, that was
Oh.
what was reported from.
That is how he acted.
Yeah, so that's why,
Completely.
because I was like, because I think like a few years later, I was talking to our brother, and I don't know for sure, positively, definitely, probably, that he's the one who really gave me the details, because I think I asked him, more about it. And then that's when I think he said they don't know if it's the same person, but yeah. Anyway, so scary, and yeah, definitely a life altering thing, even for us, but definitely for her.
Yes, very horrifying. I did find the link for True Crime Quarter, so I'm going to put that in the chat. That's awesome. If anyone wants to go to that link and sub up to him and like and click your notifications, that would be awesome.
I see we have a comment from Chanel that on
Chanel
our
Franco, I
comments that
see.
say, how old was the girl that was our brother's friend?
Oh, that's a good question.
Oh yeah, do you remember, Karen?
I think she was older than
Older
he
than
would
the
have.
brother.
Yeah, I think she was like the older sister.
Okay.
So our brother was probably like, I would say he would be like 15 or 16.
Yeah.
And so she was probably, 17 or 18. I would think.
Yeah, I think
But
so.
I'm really not sure exactly what her
But that's about
like
right. She would be in that upper
age
teen.
group. Yeah.
How
But
frightening. That's
I
terrifying.
know. I do
sure.
remember feeling so sad for her. Like,
Mm-hmm. Well, we could move on to the next slide. Let's take a look. So we went over his real name, which is Joseph James DeAngelo, born November 8th, 1945. He was a former police officer in Exeter and Auburn, California, where, by the way, in Exeter, I believe was when he was it Exeter or Auburn? Which one was it when it must have been, I don't know how he could get employed after he was caught shoplifting as a police officer.
No. In Auburn is when he did get caught.
Oh, okay. When he was just
Yes. Yeah.
oh.
So he was a police officer in Exeter, and then he moved to Auburn, and then there's an interview with the Auburn police chief, after he was arrested anyway, for the whole, later in 2022, I guess it was, that he got arrested.
No,
But
2018.
Or 2018.
Mm-hmm.
They interviewed the police chief, and he spoke about, he got caught shoplifting. There was a trial. He was convicted of whatever the charge was. And so that they, fired him. But he said obviously didn't seem to stop him. He didn't slow down. If anything, he actually expedited his rampage and escalated his violence. So, yeah.
wow.
Really.
So were you saying that he was adjusting according to what they would report in the media, he would escalate beyond that?
Oh yeah, he felt it as a challenge. So, for instance, at the town hall, they said, well, good news is that he hasn't ever attacked anyone who had a man in the home, only women and kids. And so during the town hall, a man stood up and said, I'll just try to come into my house and see what happens. And that very man and his wife were victims. He took it as a challenge. Some say that he was actually at that town hall.
Right.
Yeah. I
think
swear
there's
he was.
footage. Yeah, I think there's footage, and then I haven't seen like anyone in the audience that I could, pick out. But yeah, that's, every time he thought he was smarter than everyone, and, the police, and that it's like he didn't have any fear at all of getting caught, any at all.
Yeah, that's
because he just kept,
doing it,
getting in people's homes. And sometimes they determined that he would go in ahead of time. Well, first of all, he would know
he would be stalking.
He would watch, he would stalk, and he would know the routines, or he'd see someone out, then he would follow them, then he'd learn their routines.
Like what he did to you.
Well, probably. Yeah, it could have been.
I mean,
but the one what was her name? The one victim that her little boy.
Oh, here.
Oh,
Let's.
Yeah, and she
wonder-
worked at her husband. Oh, she was a nurse, I think, and her husband was in the military, and he saw her at the officers club,
Mhm.
and that's how he started stalking her. And
Do
then
you see
ended up.
her? Can you see that slide?
Oh,
Yes,
Decade of
the
Terror.
Mm-hmm. Do you see any? Let's see.
A Decade of Terror. I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See that.
So I was looking for particular. Oh, let's see. Let's go to the next one. Oh, now there's a sketch during his East Area Rapist terror reign. So that's pretty good.
The one
Although
on the far right.
The one on the far right is the most.
Looks the most like him, yeah.
And his eyes are rather close together. So I don't know. Like this one, the middle one doesn't look as like him. And this one's giving him too much credit.
But remember he had masks on.
Masks, yeah.
So people could only see like the nose, the mouth, and the eyes, probably.
You know what I'm interested in? The fact that they had pictures of the masks. So he still had the same masks from that long ago, because he hadn't. I mean, would he really keep the masks? That's kind of weird. I just thought of that.
Oh, he could.
Yeah, I'm sure he kept it. He wasn't made of. I mean, you mean for?
I mean,
for
just
his own
for
costume?
memories. Yeah, like to keep. It's like a memento. And it's evidence, though. That's what I mean.
And he could look at it and relive all of his.
Yeah, that is
crimes.
so creepy and awful. And I guess if he wasn't worried about getting caught, then you would hold on to whatever you want.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about. Let me go to a. Let me just one moment. I'm going to. If I knew how to do this. Oh, where is it? I changed the format and now I don't know how to do it. Oh, here we go. Okay, let me go back. And I wanted to go over. Let's read this. So it says he worked as a police officer while committing early crimes. He escalated from burglary, stealing small items, ransacking homes, to sexual assaults and murders. Known for meticulous planning, wearing masks and ski caps, and using ligatures or weapons from the victims' homes. So one of the most disturbing parts about when you listen to the victims and their accounts of what happened to them is that during the engagement, when he gets in the house, and unbeknownst to the victims, he's in there, and then he assaults them, he binds them or what have you, and then he keeps them. He leaves. I mean, he doesn't leave the home, but he'll leave the room. And another thing that he would do is he would put a lot of the victims share that he would do the same thing. He would like turn on a lamp, and he would put a scarf or a towel over
that's
it.
right.
So that it would dim the room, dim the light, and he would actually leave the room. And so they were tied up, and then he would leave, and they would hear him in the kitchen making food, drinking their drinks, their beers, whatever they have, and making himself dinner. And I think most of the time it was after the assault, right? But he would talk about torment.
I forgot about that.
Last time we did talk about also one of the MOs is one of his tactics that it sounds like something he learned when he was in Vietnam or something. I don't know, it's a prisoner of war thing, or torture or whatever. Do you guys want to mute whoever's in the background? Um, oh, you're playing me. I can hear myself echoing. That's wonderful.
I have it
But
on TV.
oh gosh.
Just because when I go to YouTube on my phone, you can't hear me.
Oh.
I can hear you. You're supposed to use your device that you're so anyway, what I was going to talk about was the tactic that he used, the torturous tactic, where if he would, once he did start as entering the homes where there were males residing, he would bind them both and keep them in separate rooms, and then put dishes like china on their backs. Yes, so that then he would threaten the husband or the boyfriend, and he would say, if I hear these dishes move, then he would make threats to end their life or what have you. So that is crazy, right? Let's see what the next one. Anybody have any comments on that?
Well, I mean, I just have. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I just, looking back at his early childhood, he was forced to watch his sister be attacked, essayed by airmen in.
Wait a second, I've never heard this before.
Yeah.
Where did you know that from?
Well,
What's your research? What's your research?
No, I'm not accusing you. I know that's so interesting.
His family, because his father was in the military, were stationed in Germany, and one of his sisters was assaulted, and so he was forced to watch it. I think he was like, I'm trying to remember how old he was. I think he was 15. Let me look. And he was regularly beaten by both of his parents as well.
Oh, was his father in the military also?
Yeah. In the Air Force. So they were in West Germany.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
Well,
and
that
also,
says a lot.
He also committed burglaries as a kid and tortured he
harmed animals?
Hurt animals, yeah.
Oh,
my goodness.
As a teenager, so.
So since we are talking about the areas that he operated in, right? The geographic areas that he operated in, as well as the modus operandi, what he did, some of the things that were specifically utilized by this particular offender included using shoelaces that he found or he brought with him. He would use them as ligatures with he would do shoelaces. He would cut strips of towels.
Oh yeah.
And use those. I know that in some of the crime scenes that when the law enforcement would arrive and they would be, inspecting, right? They would find those shoelaces, and they found shoelaces behind the homes or on the property of the home that the attack happened. Some of those things that was his go-to
calling card.
Well, that's probably one of his monikers was the Diamond Knot.
Exactly.
Red Rummer.
It was.
Yeah.
It was that.
Oh, that was called. He was called that.
There were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different monikers attributed to him.
Wow.
Because of, like where he did it, how he gained access to homes and to people, and the similarity with other serial offenders. So they would, kind of give him that, I don't know if you want to say props, but basically they were saying, well, he's acting similar to this person. That actually was, before they caught him, then another person, the other Night Stalker person. So
Ramirez.
He was called the original Night Stalker.
So he was, yes, he after they started putting the DNA, they found the DNA to connect him to all of the, I mean, that back then, obviously they didn't have the technology to identify the DNA, but it existed. So
they had it in the evidence.
Yeah, if you were to go look in the evidence for, particular cases, then you could extract DNA, and that's what they did, I believe, because otherwise I don't think they could have done this. And I do remember the DA, the district attorney in Sacramento County. I do remember when she gave a press conference when he was arrested, that she was able to say that all the evidence that they had retained, even though it was degraded and things, they could still connect him to these old cold cases. One of the first, I'm gonna share this fella here. He was the first homicide victim of this of his terror. And it was on September 11th, 1975. DeAngelo broke into the home of Claude Snelling, 45 years old. He was a journalism professor at the College of the Sequoias. He had previously chased a prowler discovered under his 16-year-old daughter's bedroom window around 10 p.m. on February 5th, 1975. And then on September 11th, he was awakened around 2 a.m. by strange noises. Upon leaving his bedroom, Snelling ran through the back open door and confronted a ski-masked intruder in his carport, attempting to kidnap his daughter, who had been subdued with threats of being attacked, or SHOT. Snelling was then SHOT twice, staggered back into his house to his wife, and later passed away. After the gun, I can't even talk. The GUN attack, the assailant punched and kicked the daughter, leaving her on the ground, and fled the scene. A stolen bicycle linked to the assailant was found nearby at 615 Redwood Street. After the homicide, Beth Snelling, 16, underwent hypnosis in order to gather further details. Oh, wow. And that was in Visalia. It says the Visalia police also committed more resources to apprehending the ransacker. So it says that there was a reward posted and everything. Wow. It says nighttime stakeouts were set up near the houses that he had previously prowled, but the ransacking continues. So that time frame, he was intending on just ransacking the home, and because he had previously been there, he decided to up his game and try to abduct that young girl. So that was how come the father was homicided. How sad. Now that was in 1975. So yeah, he was doing the 19. He was under the name of the Visalia Ransacker during that time. The Visalia Ransacker. Ransacker. Let me see the next slide. It shows.
So yeah, there was no way for them to know that he was the same
Nope.
person.
Mm-mm. Now, let me see. This is interesting. This one says around 8:30 p.m. on December 12, 1975, a masked man entered the backyard of a house near where the ransacker had been reported to frequent. When Detective William McGowan, he was on a stakeout inside the garage, attempted to detain the man, the suspect shrieked, removed his mask, and feigned surrender after McGowan fired a warning shot. However, after jumping the fence to the house, he pulled out a revolver and fired. It shattered McGowan's flashlight. Have you ever heard that story? Nearby officers rushed to aid McGowan, but the assailant was able to escape. Items collected as evidence included the flashlight, tennis shoe tracks, and dropped loot, namely blue chip stamps and a sock full of coins. So one thing that's so interesting, now I don't know if you know the year, but in our home, in our childhood home, there was during a Sunday afternoon while our family was at church, we arrived after church to see that our parents' bedroom the window was open. The window to the bedroom was open, correct?
And the screen was gone, yeah.
And the screen was gone, and there were missing items. And did it look ransacked?
I don't recall a whole lot of ransacking, but the drawer of the dresser where some of the loot was tossed about. And then
and it was open, wasn't it? Left open?
Yeah, it was left
drawer?
open. Yeah. And then that's all I really recall. And then and that's really all that was determined that was gone, right? The contents of the drawer.
The contents of the drawer were missing, and it was the coins. Now, as a child, I remember.
Yeah.
I mean, as a child, I remember back hearing about the coins that were stolen, and they were in a cigar box that was painted from one of the kids' crafting kindergarten.
One of the kids was our father.
Oh, it was our father's?
He made that box.
I thought it was one of the kids.
No, he had it from when he was little. I still have it.
I think I made it.
Really?
Oh, did you make it? You made it?
I think I made it, but
then that may be true. I don't know. I'm lying. I made it up in my head that Dad made it. That's funny.
It was a cigar box, though. It was like an old cigar box that had macaroni. And
yes.
It was spray painted silver.
Well, you were really good at macaroni, so it was probably you.
Yeah.
Macaroni and cheese.
But yeah, so they were the coins that were actually silver. Like silver dollars. Silver
were they
dimes.
grandpas? They were grandpas, right?
I think they were grandpa. Yeah, grandpa. I won't say. Our maternal grandfather.
Yes.
So the coins were missing.
Yes.
Okay. So this is definitely in line with the evidence or the missing items discussed in the crimes in Visalia. So it says
that's same.
Blue chip stamps and sock full of coins. What?
No, I can't believe blue chip stamps. That's just funny.
I've never heard of that, but that was before my time. It says McGowan, who is the police officer, the detective, or McGowan stated that he had previously seen the perpetrator before, most likely since DeAngelo assisted in the search. What?
Oh,
Did
he
you hear?
assisted?
Yeah, that's how he was getting figuring out how not to get caught. So he would
Oh.
study the burglaries while he was
Oh my goodness.
yeah, so he would know, oh, I don't want to leave my footprints, shoe prints, and I don't want to do this and I don't want to do that, because he was and then he was investigating the burglaries that he perpetrated as well. So he was learning how to, investigate a burglary while
he was
then
burglaring.
he started doing the burglaries and
Oh,
then
Lord.
investigate his own burglary.
That is so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Okay, so it says here.
He assisted in the search for
Yes.
himself as the
Yes.
Visalia
A
Ransacker.
ransacker as a sergeant.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
That's so ironic and
that's
bizarre.
one of the reasons. That's one of the reasons why he was able to elude being apprehended. So
yeah, because he couldn't catch himself. He was really a bad detective.
He couldn't. Okay, so I'm gonna go here. Okay,
I mean,
so
it's not funny. Sorry.
It's not funny, but it's ironic, is what it is.
Yeah.
So it says DeAngelo moved to the Sacramento area in 1976, where his crimes escalated from burglary to rape. The crimes initially centered on the then unincorporated areas of Carmichael, Citrus Heights, and Rancho Cordova, east of Sacramento. On December 18th, 1976, DeAngelo entered into the home of his 10th victim, 15-year-old Chris Pedretti, who was home alone while her parents were at a Christmas party. At 6 p.m., which you don't think of as a scary time in the evening, but it was December, so it was dark.
Oh, yeah.
As she played the piano, DeAngelo, wearing a ski mask, put a KNIFE to her throat and said, "Do what I say or I will unalive you and be gone in the dark." The phrase that would later serve as the title of Michelle McNamara's book on the case, "I'll Be Gone in the Dark," which is also a documentary on Prime, I believe. For more than 2 hours, he assaulted her 3 times, according to Pedretti. He alternating leaving me outside in the cold, winter cold, and bringing me in different rooms where he would assault. He ultimately left her on the couch in front of a fireplace, leaving her blindfolded, bound, and gagged before leaving. She freed herself and called the neighbors for help. Pedretti described the renewed humiliation that she felt when police asked her intimate questions that she was not equipped to answer as a 15-year-old girl. And then, when a rape kit was administered, or a grape kit, she referred to these interactions as the second and third victimizations that she endured that evening. This leads me to the next topic, which I don't have a picture of her, but Carol Daly. Do you want to mention that? Do you want to talk about that? Do you want to talk about Carol Daly, who was a detective, female detective, lead investigator on this case? She did take a what do you call it? Lead role. Yeah, and she was a pioneer in handling sensitivity, those victims, those female victims, and showing them kindness and tenderness that they needed. And before that, there were I don't even think there were such things as the kit with the grape in front of it. I don't think that those existed, but I'm not sure exactly. But I just know that she was a pioneer for those, for that type of, interaction. And she noticed that there was a lack of focus on the victim and the sensitivity that was required when dealing with these kinds of victims.
Yeah, so, thank heavens for her.
Right?
Yeah.
Props her. That's wonderful.
Yeah, you go, girl.
You go, girl. Let's see.
Thanks for
Okay,
her.
thanks to her. So, I'll Be Gone in the Dark I would highly recommend that documentary.
That's another sad story, though.
Yeah, it was sad that Michelle McNamara is no longer with us. She has passed away, and she was like 40 something, I think. It looks like, let's see.
I'm sending you a picture of Carol.
Oh, okay.
Oh, good.
I don't know if I can share it. I'm not good at that. But make sure you can.
What you've been sharing all along.
I know. This is just, there's a learning curve.
I hear ya.
Let's see. Okay, so let me see. We're gonna move on to we did him. So this couple is Brian and Katie Maggiore. And let me see if I can find something about that area, that situation. A young Sacramento couple, 21-year-old Brian Keith Maggiore, or I don't know if I'm saying that right, Maggiore, a military soldier at Mather Air Force Base, and his 20-year-old wife, Katie Lee Maggiore, were walking their dog in Rancho Cordova on the night of February 2nd, 1978, near where 5 East Area Rapist attacks had already occurred. The Maggiores fled after a confrontation in the street, but were chased down and assaulted with a pew-pew. Some investigators suspected that they had been homicided by the East Area Rapists because of their proximity to the other assaults locations, and a shoelace was found nearby. And if we remember going back in our discussion, that was one of the things that he carried with him or found at the scene to utilize. The FBI announced on June 15th, 2016, that it was confident that the East Area Rapist had emmed the Maggiores on June 29th. Okay. So it says that they were confident that he was the assailant.
They were confident.
They were confident. In 2016, they had so it only took, how many years is that? 1978 to 2000.
Now, what was their evidence of being confident? Oh, he did confess to that too, huh?
I don't know which one he confessed to. I have to go further in my research. On June 29th, 2020, when during his arraignment, DeAngelo entered a plea of guilty. Oh, to these M's. That's what you just said. You were
I was wondering.
So, gosh, that was so horrible. Poor victims.
What year was that?
1978.
Oh. Wow. That was early, yeah.
Let's see. Now, I wanted to hone in a little bit on, it says the original Night Stalker, the Southern California homicides.
Richard Ramirez.
Well, he is not, because he wasn't responsible. The ONS.
Oh, yeah.
ONS. Hold on one second. Okay, it looks like I am needed by the youngest child. Whoever would like to take over for a moment, that would be great. Or do you want me to put us on a commercial?
Oh, maybe put us on a commercial really fast.
Okay.
Well,
Or
One
Karen
moment.
might have some. I mean, Casey.
Okay, one moment. I can do that really quick. If you would like to just hear some music for a second. Or you can talk about the original Night
Casey, did you have
Stalker.
something you wanted to talk about?
The original Night Stalker moniker.
oh, well, just that one of his, I guess, what were the names? Hmm. Yeah, it was the Erons, Earons,
Oh, yeah. I
East
didn't even.
Area Rapist, original Night Stalker. So
When did they give him that name?
that's a good question. I mean, obviously, it would have to be the original or the Night Stalker was, let's see. I'm trying. He wasn't very active, like for very long. The
Mm-hmm.
Night Stalker. His reign of terror was only, um, I think a year, maybe a little over a year. It was like between,
Like 83
let's see,
and 84 or something like that.
April 10th, 1984 to
Oh.
August 24th, 1985.
Oh.
And then he was apprehended on August 31st, 1985. And so he
Yeah, they
basically,
caught him pretty fast, huh?
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, relatively speaking.
yeah. Oh man, that guy was crazy. He
So
was
he was
also
another
dubbed,
Satanist, right?
yes, yes. Um, yeah, he was called the Night Stalker, the Walk-in Killer, the Valley Intruder. He basically, um, um, terrorized the greater Los Angeles area and then San Francisco Bay Area, as well.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, he.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, she's
Hi.
back.
No, this is Cece.
I was gonna
Uh,
say she
Hi.
sounds like
Oh no, I
Cece.
said that.
Oh, oh.
It's okay. I don't care.
Yeah, we were just discussing the monikers for the Golden State Red Rummer, because he had like, um I think he had 8 different names. Let's
Yeah,
see.
I know that he had a
The
few.
Visalia Ransacker, the East Area Rapist, the East Side Rapist, the East Bay Rapist, the Creek Bed Griller.
Creek bed?
Creek Bed. Yes,
Oh,
because
I've never heard of that one.
yeah, remember, because he would
Right there.
he would go on the
Night
bike
Stalker.
trail, or he'd go behind homes that had creeks
You
or
can't say
had like little,
I know.
they weren't um, a natural creek, but like what are
Oh, like
those
an
little,
aqueduct or something?
yeah.
Yeah.
So he would skulk about because there was a lot of cover, like trees and things, and then he would
Oh.
be able to look through, people's fences and watch their habits.
Oh. Oh, that was
Yeah.
his little vantage point.
Yeah, and then he would
Yeah.
know, like, oh, this is when they go to bed, this is when the husband leaves for work, blah blah blah. So, and then the diamond knot griller, because of
Because
the
he tied them.
shoelaces,
Oh.
and then the original Night Stalker. So
Hmm,
after
that was the one I was
that,
thinking
Night
of. I
Stalker
cannot remember
was
it.
found. So
So
anyway, they gave him that EARONS.
so he had a lot of women when he had a lot of women that fans, right? Too.
Oh yeah, I think didn't he get married like while he was in jail
He did
to
too.
some lady? Yeah. No, well, the Richard Ramirez did. I don't.
Oh, and did the other one? I mean, the Golden
No,
State.
not after he was
Gold
he was
State Killer.
already married when he went to
Oh,
prison.
that's right. He was older
Or
too.
I don't know if he was divorced by then, probably, but yeah, women like fell in love with this crazy guy.
Gosh, I remember he was so creepy.
Oh yeah.
He would smile in the courtroom. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
He also showed up to that one press hearing about him at the sheriff's department. Do you guys remember that?
Oh no.
Which one?
Let me see if I can find it.
Which one are you
Oh,
talking
the
about?
Golden State guy?
Yeah, the East Area Rapist. He showed
Rapist,
up. He also
Okay, that's what we thought.
Rapist. He also sent a poem to the Sacramento Bee. It's called Excitement's Crave Poem. And
oh my gosh.
How
I didn't know
creepy.
that.
No.
basically,
Read it. Do you know it?
Yeah, I can read it. It starts Excitement's Crave. All those mortals surviving birth upon facing maturity take inventory of their worth to prevailing society. Choosing values becomes a task. One's self must seek satisfaction. The selected route will unmask character when plans take action, accepting some work to perform at fixed pay but promising for more is a recognized social norm, as is decorum seeking lore. Achieving while others lifting should be cause for deserving fame. Leisure tempts excitement seeking what's right and expected seems tame. Jesse James has been seen by all, and Son of Sam has an author. Others now feel temptation's call. Sacramento should make an offer to make a movie of my life that will be pay for my planned exile. Just now, I'd like to add the wife of Mafia Lord to my file. And then he says, the East Area Rapist and deserving pest. See you in the press or on TV. Yeah.
Oh
my
god.
god. That was like in 78, huh? Did you
Just
send that in
1977. You're very close.
77, 78? Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Wow. I'd never heard that one.
I hadn't either. That's so.
Yeah.
Ugh.
He was
so creepy.
quite the freak. Anyway, I'll be switching you back to our host now.
Okay, thanks for joining.
Yeah,
welcome.
nice to.
That was excellent.
Yes.
Yes. Bye, guys.
Bye. Love you.
Bye.
Oops, party foul. Thank you, lovely daughter, for your
guest host.
Yeah, she was a great guest. She was a great substitute host. I appreciate that.
Yeah, well, we didn't even know anything about that crazy poem.
Yeah,
I didn't know either. That was someone who claimed.
Did you know about
I was
it?
not in the room. No, I did not know. That was someone who claimed to be. Yes?
Oh. I couldn't hear for a minute.
You're on. We can hear you. Okay, so let me see. So you guys, what did you guys talk about when I was not on the stage?
Richard Ramirez.
Richard Ramirez, yes.
Oh gosh, he's horrifying.
But yeah, we were just saying about how the Iran moniker was basically once Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker, was caught, then they added ONS, original Night Stalker, to his EAR moniker. because basically he was the original version
Yeah.
of the Night Stalker, right? So that was, and we were talking about like why he maybe got the other monikers as well, because of his, you know, sneaking around behind houses and the creek beds and the creek bed thriller.
Creek bed. Yeah, what was it? Thriller? Chiller?
Well, it was the Killer. I just said thriller.
Oh, that's what they call the creek
The red
bed
rummer.
bat.
The creek bed red rummer and the diamond knot red rummer and the anyway.
Visalia Rampager,
Ransacker.
Ransacker.
Yeah.
Rummager. That sounds so scary. He was coming and rummaging. He was a rummager.
You would have a rummage sale at your house when you weren't home.
Oh gosh, you guys are getting
Rummy.
Loopy.
rummy.
Rummy.
Red rummy. Just kidding.
But yeah, he just went up and down the coast in the central part of California, escalating his
Terror.
and
What
like,
was his
and
grand total
Here, I'll show you.
of victims?
Yeah,
So
he had
13 homicides, 50 rapes, 100 burglaries across California, and he often used threats and bindings and taunting calls. Yeah, they still have the recordings of these calls, and that I think is also fascinating, because this is the other thing that I learned when I was doing some research. He would, remember in the old days, there were such things as phone books. Remember?
yes.
Okay. And because he targeted his victims, because of where they lived, because guess how he entered and stalked and all of those things. He, along the corridor, I'm using that word, I don't even know if that's the actual right word, but the corridor, the bike trail and the levee, but it's kind of like the levee, because the American River, right? All the housing developments, that their backyard backed up to
like the aqueduct,
like the green belt, yeah, and there was a bike trail. They actually, I mean, I don't even know if the bike trail existed, but it was the American River, and he would stalk them. So when you think about the areas where the attacks occurred, you can see how he got access to those yards and how he would stalk them, right? And then he would know, because you could, well, actually, how would you know? How could you determine the address? If you're looking in the phone book, it was by name. It was by last name.
It had the address too.
I know, but how did you, if you were targeting people?
He would probably go look at the front first.
Okay, so he would look, I don't know.
Well, he would probably see someone out the store, follow them at the bar, at the officers club, whatever. He'd get their name, he'd look it up in the phone book, or he'd follow them home. You know, he probably just did a lot of different ways of like researching who his victims would be, because he would need to know who would be maybe easier to.
I know, but I'm saying, how would he, if he can't, okay, you have a name, but how would you know? Like, it wasn't by address. So I was thinking, before I even spoke, I was trying to, I thought that I had it down. I was like, oh, he identified the location. You know, he was all about location. But it's true, right? It was like easy access, right? So he was able to stay sleuthing, in the back area. So he would be, going from neighborhood to neighborhood through, if he's following the river, right? And because it's true, right? If for someone who is very familiar with certain trail systems, and I don't even know if the trail system over in like Rancho Cordova and everything was set up, but if it followed the river, which I'm guessing that's why they created these trails, it would take you through, backed into all these different neighborhoods. But what I'm saying is, back with the system that was available to locate people's phone numbers, you had to look by name. You couldn't look by address. So how did you?
The people that he called were
Yeah.
people that he had already attacked. So he could have stolen their mail. He could have, that which had their names and their.
Oh, that's true.
I
was dumb. You're right.
But that's just,
You're right. You're exactly right. I was thinking that he stalked them and scared them via phone prior to, like, landline, prior to knowing.
No, I think he only did that afterwards.
Okay. You're right. Okay, there goes my theory. I failed as a detective. I completely lost my credentials.
Luckily, they already caught him, so.
I know. Okay, so here's that poor Claude Snelling who was trying to rescue his daughter. And then there's the Maggioris who were walking their dog. And that was the first, I think that was the only, that's not true, but that was the first, like, out of the house kind of assault that happened, I believe, at least that he admitted to or confessed to. The others all happened in the house or close to the actual attack. And
somebody too walking the dog, right?
That was who these people are.
The Maggioris?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, that was the daughter. No, there was a husband and wife.
No, I'm saying the husband and wife. They were married. These people were married.
I thought that. I know what you're talking about. The other Snelling, that was his daughter.
Yes,
right?
correct.
He was trying to kidnap her. Okay.
Yeah. My daughter ruined my screen, so I was looking at something. Let me see. So let's go to the next one. Okay, so here are all of the. Now, I don't think these are not all of his victims. I don't believe. These are just the M's. Because there were 50 essays. So obviously this is not all of the essays, right? So we have, see the M's, the homicides, Robert Offerman and Deborah Manning in Santa Barbara. So I will say, I believe this time frame and the area in Southern California, that was when he upped his game and started, homiciding. And
more often. Like after that, he basically, when he was in the Southern and Bay Area, I think he did start killing or grilling everyone.
That sounds horrible.
I know.
Okay, so let me go to the next slide. Oh no. Is that it? I think that's it. Is that all? That's it. That's all. Because you can't list all of the set essays because that's too many.
Yeah.
But the very last victim, I believe, is this gal right here. Oh no, that's not her. Where is it? How do I can't do it. I lost how come? Never mind. Here we go. So I didn't have a picture of Manuela, but I have a picture of Greg Sanchez and Sherry Domingo, and they were boyfriend and girlfriend, and their daughter, or her daughter, had to come home and identify, I believe, because she had run away. And this is a sad story. I mean, they're all sad, but I do remember hearing about Sherry Domingo's daughter and her mom had an argument, and they were on bad terms, and she sort of like she didn't run away, but she left for a couple weeks or something with her friends, and she was 19 or something, and she kept getting a call from somebody, and I don't remember who it was, but maybe she got a call from her mom. It was just a really sad story. Basically, she said her last conversations with her mother were not good. So she had so much guilt when she had to come home and find them, both deceased, and how sad, and the trauma and everything. And then and then Greg Sanchez, his brother, he had a really hard time coping with the loss of the brother, but he had to he talks about it in one of the documentaries, how he was able to really be an advocate for his brother's name and getting justice. So I don't remember exactly what he did, but I just remember it was very heartfelt, and it was very sad, but very inspiring that he was able to maintain, his fight for his brother despite his heartache, and loss.
Yeah.
And then Janelle Cruz is the very last photo here in 1986, and that was the last final attack and homicide that was known to be associated or attributed to the Golden State. You know what?
There were suspected possibilities of people, but they never could, definitively charge him with them. But there were several: 74, 75, 78.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead. I was just gonna say they even were trying to tie him to Australia when he was in the Navy, but they ended up, ruling him out because of the DNA testing.
Now, that's really interesting. So one of the things that I didn't touch on, which is really another little interesting tidbit, but I'm going to go to the early life part. Let me see. Right here.
I think at some point too, we need to talk about how there was that competitive thing with all the different cities
law
and
enforcement
police
agencies.
Departments that they were so competitive that they would get mad that they were trying to take their thunder or whatever, but it wasn't a good look at all.
Okay, this is an interesting stuff. So early life, remember how he worked as a police officer, right? In his early career. I say that with a big
Career. Yeah.
eye roll. He had a career as a police officer for 3 years, apparently. But it says DeAngelo served as a burglary unit police officer in Exeter, California. Having relocated from Citrus Heights, he assisted in the search for himself as the Visalia Ransacker. He then worked in Auburn from August of 76 to July of 1979. Nick Willick, who would later become chief of police, stated he was an unremarkable officer. Unremarkable. DeAngelo also had a habit of standing too close to other officers and citizens, which made people uneasy and was potentially dangerous for himself, as someone could have grabbed his gun. When Willick pointed this out to him, and when other officers gave him basic policing advice, DeAngelo did not handle the criticism well and sulked. So he was a little pouty, you know what?
Oh, wow.
In July 1979, he was arrested for shoplifting, a hammer, and dog repellent. During the arrest, oh my gracious, I didn't know this. During the arrest, he defecated himself. He faked a heart attack.
What?
And fought store security. When the deputies arrived, he rolled around on the chair he was tied to, feigning madness before admitting it was an act. He received a 6-month probation sentence and was fired that October. So that was July. He wasn't fired until October. He wasn't just immediately suspended or anything. That's ridiculous. Okay, we're going to keep going. It says, during the termination process, DeAngelo allegedly stalked the chief's home. Willick's daughter, told Willick that a man had shown a flashlight into her room. However, he dismissed it. DeAngelo countered his termination by saying that Willick had harassed him and bringing work-related stress claimed against the city. DeAngelo was required to see a therapist for his claim. He told the therapist that due to his distress, he had gone to Willick's house intending to kill him, but was unable to locate Willick's window. Willick did not take this seriously, assuming it was a ploy by DeAngelo to boost his case for disability pay. Once identified as a potential suspect on March 14th, 2018, Paul Holes contacted Willick, who told him this story. Holes realized then he was definitely the perpetrator they were looking for. So Paul Holes, who is the wonderful detective who, in the present day, who is now retired, who is able to single-handedly, in my opinion, take down this guy because he was interested in all the cold case. I mean, all the evidence in the cold case, the case files, and he was the one who, I don't know exactly if he was the one, to tell you the truth. So I could be falsely giving him credit, but
stolen valor.
He did identify. He did somehow connect the DNA using genealogical DNA technology to attribute and link the relatives so that he was then able to connect him to the crimes. But he was the one who put this together, that with the Willick, who is the chief, when he was fired and everything, and then the fact that he taunted and harassed the chief's house and everything.
Oh yeah.
So he told him that story, then he put it together. So it says in May of 1970, DeAngelo became engaged to a nursing student, Bonnie Jean Colwell, a classmate at Sierra College.
Oh, what? Oh my gosh.
But she ended the relationship in 1971 after he became manipulative and abusive, culminating in his demand that she help him cheat on an abnormal psychology test.
Oh, he should totally make that one, like, ace that. What?
After the breakup, he attempted to force her to marry him by threatening her with a GUN. Oh, this would be great. I wonder why she never turned him into the police for making that threat. That's horrifying.
I don't know how you could turn down that proposal. That's like
that's one you don't want to.
That's hard to pass up.
In 1973, he married Sharon Marie Huddle of Citrus Heights in a ceremony held in Auburn.
Sharon Huddle? Sorry. I know a Sharon Huddle that's an attorney.
Yeah, she was an attorney.
She is an attorney.
Oh my gosh, I know her.
No, this is a lie. This is a lie. You're lying.
Oh, I'm not lying. She was.
Don't share.
How do you know her from?
Don't share exactly, because I want you to think it's
somebody you know who they are. It was their divorce attorney, and
yes, that's very true. She was a divorce attorney. Seriously.
Oh,
yeah, and she wasn't. Apparently, she didn't have very good ratings on.
Oh my heavens!
Can you believe that? Okay. It says they purchased a house in Citrus Heights in 1980, where he would eventually be arrested decades afterwards. The couple also bought a second home in Long Beach, where they lived for much of the 80s, and that was where he did strike also in the 80s in Southern California. Long Beach. Well, not Long Beach, but Santa Barbara.
Oh my
you
God.
You know her, like, for real.
I do. I mean,
Did you meet her in real life?
Yes.
You met her?
Yes, I met her a few times.
Oh, this is crazy. This is great. Oh. Okay, it says the couple bought a second home in Long Beach, right? Huddle became a divorce attorney in 1982. They had 3 daughters. 2 were born in Sacramento and 1 in Los Angeles. The couple separated in 1991, but they never got divorced. It says
what?
Yeah, because she was a divorce attorney and she knew that if she divorced him, she would have to, what do you call it?
I am just so, okay, what year? I met her in 2008 or 2009.
Yeah, that's before he was arrested, right?
Yeah, he was arrested in 2018.
So you know whose divorce attorney it was? Remember the person?
You don't.
No, I'm not. I'm going to say the person whose car ran me over.
Oh,
it was her divorce attorney.
I was going to say that. Well, apparently this divorce attorney didn't have a good record of doing a good job. Now I don't know that scenario, what happened on that case, but okay, so that is crazy. Okay, Huddle filed for divorce in 2018. It says several months after. So she did not file for divorce from him. I wonder if she was afraid. It says several months after DeAngelo's arrest, Huddle filed for divorce, which was finalized the following year. It says neither his wife nor his children suspected that he had committed serious crimes. His eldest daughter described him as a perfect father. While his wife accepted his explanations for being away from the home, he was living with a daughter and granddaughter at the time of his arrest. Now, it was Save Mart that he retired from. He retired from Save Mart. He was a what?
He was a produce manager?
No, it says
Wasn't he like the mechanic or like a handyman?
I can't believe Sharon. I'm tripping out right now.
Okay, he was It says DeAngelo's employment during the 80s is unclear. It is suspected that he worked as a computer engineer and as a cashier. Okay, and they can't decide? He was either
He was either ringing up your food
or rebuilding your computers. They can't decide if he was but it says 1990 from 1990 until his retirement in 2017, he worked as a truck mechanic at Save Mart Supermarkets distribution center in Roseville, California. He was arrested in 1996 for failing to pay for gasoline. What?
Oh.
But they dismissed the charges. That's
did great. They fire him, I hope?
No.
Oh my God.
But he was known for large outbursts or loud
outbursts.
Loud outbursts. DeAngelo's brother-in-law stated that DeAngelo would casually bring up the East Area Rapist in conversations around the time of the original crimes. Neighbors also reported that he frequently engaged in loud, profane outbursts.
Oh.
One neighbor said that his family received a phone message from DeAngelo threatening to deliver a load of like the Grim Reaper style, a load of Grim Reaper. I don't know. Wow. Because of their barking dog. So he took barking dogs very seriously.
And the people that lived behind him, they said that he was...
They enraged him.
So, like, the worst neighbor in history because of how, like,
intense
he was, and he
so
like hated people.
How many years were they married? To Huddle?
Well, they were always married. They never got divorced.
They got divorced right after he got arrested, but they separated. So she never finalized it. Maybe it's because she knew she wouldn't have to testify against him.
Oh yeah.
Because what if you? I mean, the one thing I do have a question for her, because there was something noted by all of the victims of the essay, which was very identifiable.
Oh.
Yeah.
And she would have intimate knowledge. So.
Oh, I can't remember what it was. Did I know? Did you tell me?
Yeah.
Well, it
had to do with something called a member.
What?
A member. What's a member on a man?
It was a very
peculiar, pequeño.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
It was the opposite of mooing.
That seems to be a common theme amongst these
essayers. Yes.
Like isn't it a common theme, kind of?
Epstein and Weinstein. That they have.
Let's not bring up those people.
Well, it's just a common
commonality
amongst them.
That is being reported.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was going right before I got run over. She asked me if I would help her purchase clothes.
Buy her clothes?
Like be a stylist. A stylist.
Who?
Like
the attorney?
Go and pick out clothes and buy them. Yes.
The attorney? Oh.
Yeah, because you know who was saying, oh, she helps me shop and pick out things that aren't matronly. That's what she said. And you need to change up your style.
You helped her. And so maybe you would help the attorney.
And so she's like, yeah, she'll pay you to do it.
Oh. So here we have first. Jeez. That's pretty amazing. So if I was doing an interview, I would say, what was your first impression upon meeting the Golden State KILLER / original Night Stalker, his wife? Upon meeting
you want me to
her,
see if she'll get it interviewed? If we can interview her?
Sure. You know, you can
Just
text her. Send her a link.
I don't have her number.
Send her a DM.
That is so
Tell her
crazy.
you're ready to go.
What a small
Tell her you're ready to go
world
shopping.
every day.
Did she contact you and want to set up a day to go shopping with her?
Yeah, that truly was. And then I got run over.
I'm so sorry.
So I
about
couldn't
that.
do it. The worst thing is I didn't get to be her stylist. That was the worst part of it.
But you could do it now. You could call her up.
Otherwise,
Can you hear me?
it
Yes,
wasn't
indeed.
that.
Well, you could call her up now. and
What's
tell her
yes,
you're
indeed?
ready.
I can hear her.
You
I
can-
can hear her. I can hear her. She
Who?
said,
Who are you talking about?
you.
Casey.
You said, "Can you hear me?" Or she said, "Can you hear me?" I said, "Yes."
I don't
indeed."
hear
And I-
KC. I don't hear her.
You don't?
I hear a quiet little tiny voice.
Can you hear
Oh my
it now?
God! I feel
What
like I'm
about
talking to
now?
our mother. I feel like I'm having a conversation. I thought Casey was the oldest. She's the oldest to go into elderly care. You.
What am I doing? What did I do?
Ah, you're just a dingbat.
You can't. Can you
I
hear
am?
me, Cassie?
I'm just kidding, Cax.
No, what is I can't is Casey talking?
Yes.
Well, I can't hear her.
Oh, no.
So,
Well, she's hearable.
well, I can't, she's not coming through on my side.
That's just weird.
I think that are you on your phone or anything? You need to close down so you can just hear the show because she's.
That's all I can hear is the show, but I can only hear you on the show. I haven't done
Oh, maybe
anything.
you're on YouTube. Maybe she's on just YouTube.
No, everything is fine. It's just user error.
What did I misuse? I didn't cut her off on my side.
Listen, Linda.
I mean, I don't think I can.
Listen, Linda. I love you very much.
Well,
Yeah,
Can you hear me
anyway,
now?
you're gonna have to tell me. Okay, I'm gonna hang up.
Can you hear me now?
You
Maybe
want
if
to
I
come back
leave,
on? You
or
want to
maybe
go
if I
out?
leave and come back on.
Yeah, I can.
Or
we
what
can do that.
about
Let me
now? Can you hear me now? Cassie, can you hear me now?
No,
Trish,
she
can you
can't.
hear me?
Yes, I can
Huh?
hear you.
Oh.
I'm going to go ahead and I can remove you from the stage and then you can come back in, okay? Cassie.
Okay.
Okay, we'll go ahead and continue. We'll let Grandma Cassie come back. I'm just kidding.
That's so weird. I kept talking and she's like ignoring me. Oh.
I wonder why she can't hear. There's so much. I can't even believe that. That's so interesting.
Yeah, that is a totally.
It's a small world.
It is so small.
Mm-hmm. It looks like. Let me see. Let's go to. It says DeAngelo's initial modus operandi was to stalk middle-class neighborhoods at night in search of women who were alone in one-story homes, usually near a school, a trail, a trail, or other open space that would provide. Oh, here she is. Let's move her. Did she come back? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Can you hear me
on.
now?
Now I can hear you. Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay. Hallelujah. Okay. So we were just going over the MO of DeAngelo.
Okay.
Oh, there's fireworks going again.
Oh, I just heard that.
Hmm. You have it going on in your area too, huh?
Yeah.
It looks like we have
like...
viewers all over. It looks like there's viewers from X, there's viewers from Facebook. We got a couple of hearts. There's viewers from YouTube.
Oh, wow.
That's exciting.
It is.
So you'll have to follow up. You'll have to check back around when you look through your journal entries from the 2009 time frame when you had an encounter with the Iran's GSK / disgusting man wife.
I do want to talk to her now for sure.
Now she her name is well known, but I don't want to. It's sad that she's a victim too.
I know. How terrible.
And I'm so glad that the daughters have not been. I haven't heard or seen or anything about any of the other families. So that's good that they're able to keep some of the anonymity and privacy, because that's so, they were victims.
I know, how awful.
It's just like BTK, Dennis Rader and his daughter. Have you ever seen or heard her talk at all? I can't remember.
Oh yeah, I remember a few years back.
She goes to CrimeCon and she's an advocate. She wants to get closure and justice because some of the victims have never been found, or he hasn't confessed to all of them, I think. But she tries to get closure. She tries to get information from her father because she does, she has a good heart and she's normal. She's a normal person. She didn't know that was going on with her father. How heartbreaking.
I know.
But she was instrumental in his apprehension and arrest and justice and his sentencing and everything. Because she had to, I don't know if she had to I know for sure she had to talk to law enforcement about him and stuff, but she did do other things to help get him arrested, because they came to her door and everything before he was arrested or anything. So she helped FBI stuff. But I just think how totally sad. He lived a double life just like this guy. And just like so many, the evil does live among us. And that is the most scary and nerve-wracking. And it just goes against what we want to believe, with human nature and the human condition. We want these people to have horns on their heads so we can identify them. We go, stay away from that guy or that person. I just watched that documentary on Netflix called Maternal Instinct, and that is horrifying. That is a horrifying case. But I would recommend it. I would recommend it. What is funny about that?
It's a horrible case, but I recommend it.
Well, it's just fascinating. Human behavior. I'm fascinated by human behavior, I think it's just unfathomable that people that you can be in your lives and that you know them and you can have conversations with them and you can know their family, or that girl. I don't know that anyone met her family members because she said that her mother was crazy and horrible, and so her boyfriend and all of his family. So she would cling on to that side of the family, and she lived a fake existence, and she made up everything. She was a liar and everything. But you'll have to watch it. I don't want to ruin it for you guys, but it's just horrible. DeAngelo was like that. He lived a double life. He had a family. And apparently he took a hiatus from his crimes, his criminal behavior, during crucial periods of his life, like when his children were born, apparently. I think the last, his last victim and assault and everything happened right before his last daughter was born, and then after that, I don't think he was nothing could be attributed, and he didn't confess to anything after that. But it says although DeAngelo originally targeted women alone in their homes or with children, he eventually preferred attacking couples. This change in his MO is believed to be a direct result of media reports claiming he only attacked women alone in the home. His usual method was to break in through a window or a sliding glass door and awaken the sleeping occupants with a flashlight, threatening them with a GUN. Victims were subsequently bound with ligatures, often shoelaces, that he found or brought with him, then blindfolded and gagged with towels that he had ripped into strips. Let's discuss the change in our family home when we were children that was probably a direct result of this terror that was happening in our hometown by him, and changing the sliding glass door to a window. Right? Didn't that happen?
Was that because of that?
I'm just going to say for this show, yeah.
Maybe so. I didn't even think of that.
But they changed. Our parents changed our sliding glass door to a window. Maybe because of this. I don't know.
And the door got changed. The front door.
Yeah,
it
the
used
front
to be
door.
one of those. Yeah, the window.
It had more windows. Mm-hmm.
Uh,
And didn't they do like the kind of door that they got had it was always so kind of interesting because it had like a little window and then it had little like little bars, but they weren't bars, they were just little dowels with wood.
They were panes. They were
Yeah.
panes, like window panes. Yeah, and it was. Does anybody still have that kind?
I don't know. In your neighborhood?
Yeah, the other thing was they put steel doors, the garage door, with side garage door was steel, and yeah.
But
What
the
else?
front door had the diamond shaped panes,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Originally. But that was just was just begging to get, broken into, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
Like,
for
yeah,
sure.
let's just, all you have to do is just knock out one of the panes and reach over and unlock the dang door. So that's not very safe, right?
It's a good neighbor door.
Yeah. And I mean, I remember being a child though and never locking the door. And I do have a vivid memory of being older, even when I moved out. I think it was when I moved out of the house in college and things, and I became more aware that people were locking their doors. And I remember thinking, that's so sad that people, and now it's just like second nature. Everything is alarmed up and everyone has all of that. But in some of these documentaries, it does show the old footage of the news walking around with their big fat microphones in the 70s and 80s, asking the community, now, what are you doing to stay safe? And, they're just talking about how, and they're also sharing how they're getting security systems and how they're sharing how you can what is it called? Like a booby trap? How you can set up like a booby trap.
Oh yeah, you hang things around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then that was an uptick in GUN sales and all sorts of self-defense classes and everything else. One of his MOs is basically that he would separate the couple and he would do the stacking the dishes on the man's back, and if he heard a move, then he'd threaten to take their life.
Or hurt their family. Yeah.
Or hurt their family. And then one time it says a decade later, police reported that DeAngelo repeatedly said, "I hate you, Bonnie," the name of his former fiance, during one of his attacks in 1978.
Yeah,
The
they
37
he said
her.
it to. Really?
Yeah, they found her and interviewed her, and you know, she broke up with him because I'm trying to remember exactly why. Did you see that?
I didn't see
Like,
the interview. Was it videoed? Is it on video?
yeah, it's on video.
We'll have to
I
find
never
it.
saw
See if
that
we can
one.
find it and not get copyright striked. But it says DeAngelo sometimes spent hours in the home ransacking closets and drawers, eating food from the kitchen, drinking beer, and then going back and assaulting the females again, or making additional threats. Victims sometimes thought he had left the house before he jumped from the darkness.
Yeah, didn't he say sometimes hours?
Yeah. And he would be
Mhm.
talking to himself and hitting himself in the head and like,
Oh my God.
smack, like weird
Behavior.
She thought he was talking to someone, but he wasn't. He was talking to himself and like, I guess putting himself down and weird things like that.
I always think it's so interesting that there's a lot of these are affiliated or associated with families that are involved in military. I mean, not that I'm a conspiracy theorist, but
Oh, you mean
very common thing.
the assailant?
Yeah.
Oh, well, okay, let's I'll be the counter to that, okay? The counter idea person. During that era, there were a lot of people in general. The population was more military in, families. There were just more part of our population,
Oh, well, yeah, I'm
because
sure.
they had previous backgrounds and everything else. So, just call me crazy. Oh, it has the time. So there's a list here of all the times when he would attack. Okay. So June 18th, 1970. What?
Oh, I was just going to say, I remember, or I found out why the Bonnie, Jean Caldwell, she was dating him at Sierra College. And she met him at Sierra College and started dating him in 1971. And he became manipulative and abusive, culminating in his demand that she help him cheat on an abnormal psychology test. And after the breakup, he attempted to force her to marry him by threatening her with a gun. And she remembers, she was like, I remember in the interview, I remember her saying, I would never cheat. I was the most honest person in the entire world, and there's no way that I would cheat for myself or for anyone else. But he did. He tried to kidnap her and force her to marry him by threatening her with a gun. Anyway.
That's so crazy.
Brought back the memory of that interview.
Talk about crazy. A shotgun wedding.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, no, it's okay. Those were, let's see, what was I going to say? Shortly after, okay, so some of the times, like the timeline and the report of the assault, and then the time frame is, oh my gosh, what is this? Okay, it says, there was one in Walnut Creek. Okay, so in 1978, so this is the series of, I wish I could share this. I can't though. I don't know. Last time I tried to, I lost my my what do you call it?
What?
Whatever. I just got all cuckoo. It got all crazy. But okay, so 4 a.m. in Rancho Cordova, California, 1976. 2 a.m. No. Okay, a month later. So we have June 18th, 4 a.m. July 18th, 2 a.m. in Carmichael. August 30th. So we have almost a little more than a month. 3:20 a.m. Rancho Cordova. September 4th. So that would be a couple days later. He's 11:30 p.m. in Carmichael. Citrus Heights, 6:45 a.m. Now, one of the areas in Citrus Heights, I was wondering because, that's on the other side where the river isn't. Do you know what I mean? As far as if you look at the map, Citrus Heights is not near the American River, right? I mean, the homes don't back up. Whereas in like Carmichael, Rancho Cordova, all the way to, all the way through, even in Davis. I did read something about Davis. I don't know. But anyway, the homes, the neighborhoods. However, I was thinking about in Citrus Heights, isn't there railroad tracks?
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, at least I think so.
Yeah.
far out.
They changed the name of that area now to Antelope, I think. But
That's right. Yeah.
yeah, but when I lived out there, it was called Citrus Heights.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was very close. And now he didn't move into that house where they caught him until 1980. And we bought our house like at the same time, I think.
Oh.
No, probably 82 we bought our house. Yeah. So that would coincide. The timing was when we lived there and he just moved there. So,
and that thing happened to you.
Right. But he was like, that's when he had started his family, probably because he bought that house. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, yeah.
And so he wasn't as prolific in his.
So you're saying that was in 1980 something? Well,
1980 is when he bought the Citrus Heights house. That's what I saw the timeline for that house. Because I wondered when he, moved there. I'm trying to remember from where he moved, but I can't.
Well, in Southern California. So it says that in 1970. So it says shortly after the SA committed on July 5th, 1979, DeAngelo moved to Southern California and began his homiciding. First striking in Santa Barbara County in October. The attacks lasted until 1981, and then there was a break, and then 1986 was that lone attack. Only the couple in the first attack survived, alerting neighbors and forcing the intruder to flee. The other victims were emmed by a pew or like something with a hammer situation. Since DeAngelo was not linked to these crimes for decades, he was known as the Night Stalker by Santa Barbara County investigators. The other M's in Ventura, Irvine, and Dana Point were linked together through DNA evidence prior to 2000. And the assailant was renamed the original Night Stalker after the serial Killer Richard Ramirez had been designated with the former nickname. So Richard Ramirez had already been given the name of the Night Stalker, but then when they got the evidence, they attributed to DeAngelo and called him the original, the OG. Actually, when you read about Richard Ramirez and you watch the stuff about him, he's more scary to me, Probably because I don't know.
He
I
seems like more
evil. I don't know. They're
psychotic.
both evil, but this guy, this Richard Ramirez, very, very violent. Not
Did
like
he have another secret life too, like a double
no.
life too?
He
Oh,
I don't think so. No. He was the very, very stinky.
he was stinky.
Yes, he was known as the
Oh, I
stinky.
didn't. Oh,
Yes.
he was the stinky. Oh, I thought that was
He
someone
had
else.
bad breath and he stunk like BO, I believe.
Oh,
I mean, and he was just a like very he was known he was just read about him. We'll go over him in a different episode.
yeah. I don't know that much about him.
Did you know that he called the police department a lot of times and over the years saying that he was the East Side rapist,
Who is this?
the East
Oh,
Side
you're talking about
rapist.
DeAngelo?
Yeah, he would call the Sacramento County Sheriff's Office, tell him that he said, "I am the East Side rapist, March 18th, 1977." And now, do we know it was him saying that?
I
No,
know.
but
Your
they were
audio
getting.
sounds really good right then.
Oh, it did. Okay.
Yeah, it sounds a lot better right now.
And then he also called them a man claiming in December 2nd, 77, saying, "You're never going to catch me." And then, "You're never going to catch me, EAR, you dumb effers. I'm going to F again tonight. Be careful." They recorded all these calls. "It's me again," he'd call.
Oh
Oh
my
my
god.
gosh.
So did they just dismiss it or what?
Well, it doesn't really say. It's just that I guess you couldn't trace phone calls back then, I guess.
Well, you could if you kept him on the line and they were set
Yeah,
up, I
but they
think.
didn't know that he was going to be calling, so they weren't all
Well,
ready.
they weren't ready, yeah.
And then I guess the 21st victim received a call at her residence. And after a few moments of silence, she said hello, to which a male voice on the other line responded in a hoarse manner, "Merry Christmas, it's me again," before he hung up. And then the victim later told investigators that she knew it was the person that hurt her, and that she'd never forget his voice.
Oh, wow.
And then
How
Watt
awful.
Avenue, whatever that means,
Oh.
authorities received 2 identical calls saying, "I'm going to hit tonight on Watt Avenue."
Oh.
And those were recorded too. And the caller identified as the same person who placed the call on December 2nd. So law enforcement increased the patrols. The area, a masked man eluded officers after being seen bicycling on Watt Avenue Bridge. Then was spotted again at 4:30 a.m. Earlier was 2:30 a.m. And he discarded the bicycle and fled on foot.
Oh, so maybe that was him.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness. That
probably.
is crazy.
He did it a lot. It looks like even in between 77, 78, and then 1982 to 1981, he was calling.
Wow. He
Oh,
was bold. I didn't know.
the last call, it says April 6, 2001. One day after the Sacramento Bee linked the original Night Stalker and the East Area Rapist, a victim of the rapist received a call from him. He asked, "Remember when we played?"
Oh.
What a sick
Oh
effort.
yeah.
That's
Yeah, I remember hearing that. I remember that.
So he did
Mhm.
do it like to people after he hurt them, and then the one lady um before. There was one person that I think it was. I don't know. But anyway, so scary.
That's crazy. No, I didn't know I didn't even remember. I probably knew, but at one time that he was calling and that he tormented the victims after the
Mm-hmm.
fact.
Okay, in 1980, okay, I wish that I could, okay, let's find the picture, right? Okay, so these are some of the victims that were, okay, see the last one? It says Lyman and Charlene, March 1980, Ventura. It says on March 13th, a 33-year-old designer, Charlene Smith. This is her in the left corner with a little flower. She's so pretty. See the little flower in her hair?
Oh.
Is she so pretty? And her 43-year-old attorney, Lyman Smith. I can't remember. Is that him right there? I think they're diagonal kitty corner from each other. So see the bride and groom, and then below the bride and groom, the guy with the tie. I think him and the one in the corner with the flower in her hair, I think they're a couple. And I think it's Charlene Smith and Lyman Smith.
Oh.
They were married in their Ventura home. Charlene had also been raped. A log with wood pile. This was the most horrifying scene of a assault that I remember hearing that he was responsible for, because it was a log from a wood pile on the house that was used as a weapon against the
gosh.
couple. And then they were discovered 3 days later by the 12-year-old son.
Oh, God.
Wait a second. I don't think that's accurate. I do not think that's accurate. But it says they were discovered by 3 days later by Lyman's 12-year-old son when he stopped by to mow the lawn. What I remember was that it was someone did stop by, but I do not think it's 12. I think it was 21, because I believe it was an adult person. And the adult heard an alarm, like a bedroom alarm, like an old, what we used to use.
Alarm clock?
An alarm clock going off. And yeah, it says the bedroom alarm clock was still, I just thought of it and then I read it. The bedroom alarm clock was still going off. Their wrists and ankles were bound with a drapery cord. And then an unusual Chinese knot, it was called a diamond knot, was used on the wrists. There was the same knot was noted in the East Area Rapist attacks. At least one confirmed case of which was publicly known. The Emmer, the Killer, was therefore briefly given the name Diamond Knot Killer. So that was a horrible attack. And then
So that was the only one that he did a diamond knot?
No, it was also recognized previously in one of the other attacks, the diamond. So he was given that name. But see, the law enforcement was so, I would say, scattered or compartmentalized, because they weren't communicating in different jurisdictions. Yeah. And that's the one thing that Karen from the interview room. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. But there was a reporter that discussed that in the documentary. They discussed about how law enforcement was not disenfranchised, but they just were not connected. They didn't have a universal
database or anything.
Yeah, where they could communicate, and they didn't often want to communicate because they thought they could catch them.
They wanted to be the heroes, right?
Mm-hmm. Which was like shooting themselves in the foot, because, well, and then putting the public at risk because they were not trying to expeditiously get information and try to catch them.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They're like, oh, this is our time to be famous. We'll catch him. Or whatever type of accolades that
or like they they're like, oh no, that assailant is not in our jurisdiction.
It's funny too, because when his crimes started to geographically shift from Sacramento to Southern California, that's when he bought the house in Citrus Heights. But
really?
Yeah, so it was like, he kept that house and then traveled back to where he was.
That's
Like,
interesting.
because he lived there,
Mhm.
right? He lived there in the late 70s.
Well, they bought two properties. They had two properties. So
Right.
yeah, that's what I just discussed a little bit.
Oh,
Right?
yeah, that's right. So it was like throwing, like, he was probably thinking, well, they'll never think I did it because I have my house here and my family's here.
But he was familiar with the area.
Yeah. So anyway, he did get away with it for how many years? 40 some years or more, 50. Right? Because he started in the early 70s, 73.
Yeah, 73 to
And then got arrested in 2018. So, but he wasn't doing hopefully he wasn't, in his
heyday
70s.
Yeah, he
still
lost
trying
his
to
vim
do
and
it.
vigor.
But
so it was so he was arrested in 2018, right? And he started in 45 years of terror. So I wrote a decade of terror, but literally probably for the law enforcement that never caught him, right? That was, and I think there are they did have interviews with detectives previous. I'm sure like Carol Daly, right, who dedicated her life to trying to catch him.
Yeah.
That it was terror before he's caught, and then when he was apprehended, and oh my goodness, like what a satisfying situation, right?
Gosh, I know. Wow.
So 35-year-old Sherry Domingo and 27-year-old Gregory Sanchez, that was the one that I was talking about. I think they're the one in the corner. They're the second, say from the right-hand side, they're on the bottom row. And they're the couple he has a mustache and she has an orangish shirt. And they became the original Night Stalker's 10th and 11th M victims. Both were attacked in Domingo's residence in Goleta. And it's close to the other guy who was, it was an attack on this other guy. It was several blocks south of his, where Domingo was living temporarily. It was owned by a relative. So it was up for sale. They were staying together. Sherry and I said Cheryl, I think. Sherry Domingo and 27-year-old Gregory Sanchez. Both were attacked in the residence, and it was in Goleta, and it was owned by a relative. It was up for sale. The offender entered the house through a small bathroom window. And then, so that's very sad.
Wow.
He actually tried to tackle. He's tried to tackle him.
The husband?
The boyfriend, I guess. But my gosh. They found some shipping twine was found near the bed. Fibers from an unknown source were scattered. Authorities believed at the time the attacker may have worked as a painter or in a similar job at Calle Real shopping center. Since only one further M, the target being a lone woman and not a couple, has been attributed to DeAngelo. Paul Holes, our favorite detective, later speculated that experience of fighting with Sanchez, a significantly larger male, may have frightened DeAngelo and deferred him from committing more M's.
Oh, wow.
Because he fought back. And he was
Yeah,
big.
that's good.
Now, DeAngelo was only like 5'10", I believe. I don't have his stats, and I don't care, honestly.
Was he
I
always
do.
armed with a pew
A
pew?
weapon?
Yeah,
No.
armed
He was
firearm.
5'10".
Yeah, he wasn't tall.
Oh.
I mean, that's not short, but
No, that's not that tall though for a guy.
okay. So it says after DeAngelo was arrested, he was also suspected of committing the 1974 Visalia Grape and M of Jennifer Armour. So these are things that are suspected but not exactly tied to, definitively tied to him, nor has he confessed to this, but they are suspected crimes that are tied to him. So there's a grape in Visalia, a M in Exeter, and a grape and a M of Donna Joe Richmond. There's several. It looks like a couple more. It says, but he was cleared as a suspect. Oh, so it's not. So they cleared him with DNA testing. So never mind. I read that for no reason because it has a false headline. I don't like that. Victoria police ruled out a link between DeAngelo, who docked. Oh, this is the one thing that you were talking about, Casey. It says Victoria police ruled out a link between DeAngelo, who docked in Australia during his Navy service, and the Melbourne serial child rapist and known as Mr. Cruel.
Right.
So the DNA did not connect him. And there were several. It says the lack of communication between departments made linking the perpetrator difficult. In addition, sharing information was territorial, with agencies not wanting other agencies solving their own cases, which is what we discussed earlier. According to one deputy, the Sacramento Sheriff's Department wanted the glory of catching him, and egos were in the way. Carol Daly also stated there was competition with various divisions. The department had linked 4 attacks by September 76, but told the media not to report on it until October. Visalia PD Police Department Detective Bill McGowan, who was shot at during the VR Visalia ransacking crime spree, went to Sacramento to determine if the ear was the same perpetrator on May 18, 1977. At this point, 23 sexual assaults had occurred. After the Missouri murders, the Sacramento County Sheriff's Office adamantly denied a link and accused Visalia investigators of looking for publicity. After the first M's of Dr. Robert Offerman and she was a doctor? Deborah Manning, some law enforcement suspected that the ear was responsible. So yeah, I mean, some people did suspect and some people did, but nobody did anything until it says 1997, Paul Holes contacted Crompton, who shared his theory that the Offerman Manning murders were the work of ear. When Holes tried contacting Santa Barbara, they denied having any cases resembling that case and flat out stated they were unrelated. However, they did direct Holes with the Irvine Police Department, who they knew were doing something with DNA. However, since Holes' lab was using older PCR technology and the Irvine lab was using newer technology, they weren't able to make the connection. My gosh, so I didn't realize he was still working in 1990. I mean, he was working in 1997 that long. So that was 10 years that Holes was trying to still solve it. So no wonder the day before his retirement, he showed up at DeAngelo's house in front of it, and he was going to go in, and he was going to go up to the door and ask to talk to him, but he didn't.
Wow.
It's kind of good that he didn't, because that would have. But he was really tempted. He talks about it in one of the documentaries. I think it was, I don't know which one actually. Anyway, I think we can. What is this? What is this? A map? Homework? Oh, somebody found. I do remember hearing this, that there was a sheet of paper. There was some journal entries or some writing that was found, like outside of the one of the assault houses where he was the crime scenes. And
it was
it had the map of how to get access or yeah, there is a picture of it.
I saw
on
that.
here.
It says the second sheet contains a journal style entry describing a teacher who made students write lines, which the author found humiliating. It says, mad is the word that reminds me of sixth grade. I hated that year. I wish I had known what was going to be going on during my sixth grade year, the last and the worst year of elementary school. Mad is the word that remains in my head about my dreadful year as a sixth grader. My madness was one that was caused by disappointments that hurt me very much. Disappointments from my teachers, such as field trips that were planned then canceled. My sixth grade teacher gave me a lot of disappointments, which made me very mad. It made me build a state of hatred in my heart. No one ever let me down that hard before, and I hated everyone, and I never hated anyone as much as I did him. Disappointment wasn't the only reason that made me mad in my sixth grade class. How could you be that mad in sixth grade? Another was getting in trouble at school, especially.
Did you see what it says on this?
It looks like
that?
Cassie dropped off. I don't know what happened.
It said punishment map.
Yeah, I saw
on the back of the map. It was called punishment.
On the back of the map. Let me see.
But they found outside the place. One of the they discovered during the original Night Stalker investigation.
Mm-hmm.
Where was that map?
Let me see something.
It says Lake. Oh, I think this is the one near Danville.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, jeez. It was like a new subdevelopment.
Let me see something. Hold on 1 minute here.
Lake. Jeez.
I got it. You see? Punishment. Map discovered during the original Night Stalker investigation.
Yeah. And then look at the other picture. Click the bottom. There's an arrow, and it'll show the other side of it. Do you see that?
What does this say? It says come from, what does that say?
Where?
In the top of it?
Compass? Doesn't it say compass?
Mm-mm. Come from.
Oh, yeah. Come from
Hi, Cassie.
Smell.
Hi.
Look at underneath where it says come from. Then it.
Milling?
Under the from. Yeah.
Come from smells.
Punishment.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I see it.
Smells? Milling? I wonder if the teacher's name is on here. Come from punishment. That's very sad. Okay,
Weird.
Oops. Billboard advertisement appealing for information.
I think this is, I think if I recall from the investigation, like when they were talking on TV about it, this is
Mhm.
a map of an area in Danville. Like a
It
brand
is?
new, brand new subdivision.
Oh,
Oh, because
wow.
did they? Okay, he worked, I believe, if my memory serves me correctly. Did he work for a construction company or something at one point?
Mm-hmm. I think so.
Uh-huh. And he and didn't okay, so I'm thinking of Davis or something.
Yeah,
California.
there is a Davis.
There is a Davis, California, and then there was an area where he was
San
working.
Ramon, Danville, he also did them in those areas in 78. So I'm gonna look and see where he worked.
Okay, it says, what is this? Oh, this is mad, is what I was reading. That handwriting. The teacher made
Mm-hmm.
it. I wonder. Interesting. So this is him. He looks like he's 12, and then he looks like he's. Can you see my cursor?
Yeah.
Mustache. Okay.
Yeah.
These are some of the. Now that doesn't look anything like him on the far left.
Mm-mm.
How do they know what his face was like? Because he always wore a mask, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
It looked like he didn't wear a mask over his nose, though.
Now look at this.
Look
Oh.
at that mask.
Now
Like on
look at
that one.
this right here.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me right now that doesn't look like a little boy.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
yeah.
totally
for
does,
You're
but
like,
it kind
describe a fifth grader that is sort of chubby.
of...
Yeah.
And he's
But it
wearing
does
his
look like the
pajamas.
picture of him old if he was young. You know what I mean? Like the older version. Like,
Yeah.
doesn't it? It looks more like when he was 70 than,
And his lips are very well
but with a
lined
baby.
face. But he has
Yeah.
wrinkles here. So he has a what is it called?
Benjamin Button.
Yeah, he has that disorder. But I'm like, he's wearing his pajamas. It looks like he has his Ninja Turtle pajamas.
You're crazy.
But look at even where his ears are so little and stuff. Like, but yeah. Anyway, that was one of the pictures. What's this? That was when
You
he worked
guys
for
cannot hear
Exeter.
that music. That music is driving me crazy.
I don't hear anything.
Casey, it's from one of your windows is open.
No,
Okay?
I shut all my
You
windows. I X'd out of all my windows.
it
There's
has to be
nothing
because
open.
Maybe there's something open on the... No. I don't know.
it's not us. It's
It is.
not us. Do you think? Because we're not hearing it. It's just something that you open a lot of things and you keep it
No,
open.
there's
because
nothing open.
there is. There's something hidden because we don't hear it. Let's ask our listeners. Do you hear any music? Oh, I'm going to type a poll in here. Okay, let's do a poll.
It's so freaking annoying.
No, it's not.
How
Oh,
loud is it?
Very.
it's because you have something else on.
Would
just
you like
don't
to look
know.
at my
Apparatus?
all my tabs are closed.
Why do you think
Except
he
for
what is on
StreamYard.
his head right here? An injury? Oh yeah, because he was banging his head.
I
He
think
was
that
banging.
was
Oh, he's trying to seem like he was really
crazy.
like or demented. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, ladies, I think that we should call it a night. It is now 12:20,
Okay.
and some of us have to get stuff done tomorrow. But it was wonderful. Let me get
Yeah, it was
stuff.
great. We had all these people commenting.
Oh, I don't even see any of them.
It was on Facebook.
I know.
Do you
I
see the
can't.
Facebook.
Facebook? Do you see the
Oh, I
live?
see the Facebook ones now. And then, oh, Facebook. I only see Facebook, right?
Yeah. Okay, we have to figure
Cassie
out.
is very low tech.
I
I
can't.
love it. I love it. I love it. Make sure you click like, subscribe, share with your friends. We need all the help we can get.
And
We
give us
love it.
ideas about what you want us to look into, or if you have more questions about the ear.
Yeah, the ear, the big
The ear
ear,
on.
the ear on GSK
Yeah,
stuff.
tell us what other crimes you wish us to solve, because we do some good solvings.
Investigation, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we could do cold cases. Their cold cases are very interesting, and they do present with a challenge, but I like that. I like a challenge. Um, I know you guys do too, but
Yeah, I love it.
but also just hearing your insight into your insight and your opinions about other things, other cases that you have heard before. I am fascinated by the Chris Watts case, um, Lacey Peterson case. I don't like the fact that Chris Watts, it's his name. It's interesting, isn't it? Like Lacey Peterson is the victim. And most of the time, that's the case is referred to by her name. I mean, when you look up Lacey Peterson, I mean, I guess Scott Peterson is also a way to
that's why.
search. But what? Anyway, so, but I think it's really fascinating when we talk about like the Chris, what we don't say Shanann Watts, even though she was the one that was um, deceased, and she's the victim of her husband, and her children were victims of her husband. But we always refer to it as the Chris Watts case, and that's a bummer. But most people don't know if you say Shanann. I mean, maybe they do, but Chris Watts, that's a fascinating case. I wish that there was a trial. I wish that he didn't confess because he got off easy, and I wanted to hear the details. And
He didn't really confess, though. He took a offered plea.
Yeah, but he had to confess to get a plea. He had to take a plea.
Mm.
It's just like Kohlberger or Koberger. I said Kohlberger. It's just like Kohlberger,
Well, he didn't take an offered plea. Offered plea is different than pleading guilty.
Do you want to explain? He. Oh, I think Cassie is back. She dropped off.
It's a guilty plea in which a defendant maintains their innocence, but admits that the prosecution's evidence would likely result in a guilty verdict if brought to trial.
What? But I don't buy
regardless, it. they accepted the fact that they needed to be in jail, basically.
Yeah, that they didn't have a defense, that they didn't have an alibi, that they had too much evidence against them. And that's the thing that I think is frustrating about Chris Watts too, is that had the detectives and law enforcement been able to put together a case against him with the evidence that was available, I think they would have been able, because they had a lot.
Wait,
I mean,
he didn't get convicted?
No, because there was no trial, but he just
Right.
he basically
It says, according to the plea, is basically a guilty plea entered by a criminal defendant who does not admit guilt, but nevertheless pleads guilty as part of the deal, so they don't go to get the death penalty. I believe that's the reason.
Wow. I didn't
It's not a thing in all areas, though.
No.
But most of the time the prosecution accepts it because it saves a lot of money.
Yeah.
For their office or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right.
But a lot of times, like in the Kober case, the majority of the families, I don't know if all of them, probably half and half, they were mad that they took the death penalty off the table.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, had they not done that, then he wouldn't have
Been convicted.
pled guilty. Like, there would have been a trial.
Correct. Yes,
had
there would
he
have been a trial.
if they didn't tell him, okay, we won't seek the death penalty if you do this X, Y, and Z.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. But then you don't get to hear all the evidence.
I know.
I like to hear the evidence.
Mm-hmm.
It just solidifies, for people that like to investigate and research and understand. Well, it's not even understanding, because you can never understand these people, but I would like to just hear the deep dives based on the evidence, what they have against them. But anyway. Yeah. Anyway, so we covered this. Do you think we'll go another night? I think we've done this a good job. We did a good job tonight where we covered all the different aspects.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm. So we can put him to bed.
Yeah.
Or to jail. I think that's a better statement.
Yeah.
We'll put him in solitary for a while in the basement.
Yeah. Exactly.
we won't even mess with him. And then we will look into another one, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Which case? Oh, do I put up a poll and see if anybody answers?
All right.
I don't think anybody can. Let me see.
Has any suggestion?
Make a poll here. Let me see. It says widget. Is a widget one? Yeah, a new poll. Which case should we, no yawning, discuss next? So I don't know what night we will go on. Probably a different. We'll post it ahead of time a little bit. We could do the Chris Watts, or I'm saying I don't. Richard Ramirez. It is good information. The apprehension is good, but I don't know. Let's see. Or another one. Let's do another one. Other suggestion. Oopsies. Suggestion. Okay.
Oh my God. This music is
Other. Okay. I'll post
Are you
this.
still hearing the music? Casey and the Sunshine Band?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. See, there's weirdnesses occurring.
Supposedly it's something with the astrological thing. I don't know. I heard it. I don't believe in that.
I did hear that too.
To take a quote from our old president, the malarkey. The malarkey. I don't know if I buy into that malarkey. Okay, so we have Chris Watts, Richard Ramirez, or other suggestions. I know there's others. Maybe we could talk about the maternal instinct movie we could discuss. Or
yeah, that was crazy.
Did you watch it?
I haven't watched it yet.
Casey, did you watch it? Did you watch it, Casey?
Yes, I did.
Oh, I didn't hear you.
I watched it a long time ago.
You did? You're so ahead of the game.
Mm-hmm.
You're so ahead of the curve. Always. The new trends that come up. You may be the oldest, but you're the youngest at heart. All right. Shall we say fare thee well?
Yes.
Good night.
Okay. Good night. So long. Farewell.
I need to say goodbye. I hope.
I flit and fleet. All right. Okay. It was a lovely chat.
It was. Thanks for joining.
Thanks for calling.
Thanks for calling. As a tribute to our mom, we always say, she would always say, thanks for calling. And we would say, of course, Mother. Of course. You don't have to thank us. Oh. Okay. Good night. Thank you, guys. It was so
good night,
fun.
sisters.
I'm gonna play some music as we do an outro.
You've been playing the music. Yeah, Karen's been hearing music the whole time. I mean, Casey. Oh shit.
It's okay. We all of them. Okay. Good night.
All right. Good night. Good night. Sleep tight.
Sleep tight. Thank you for joining. It was so lovely. Appreciate ya. God bless. Good night.